and how are people doing it? Are they using mezzanines and trucks? How does that work in store and at the DC?
In what we used to, do you guys, are you familiar with what would they call those things? At Costco, we would call them like corner stands or corner protectors. Basically, when a pallet is built, and then do they shrink wrap the product? Each pallet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they shrink wrap it, right? And then what Costco would do is they would use what they call corner posts, and basically they're a thick, really thick corrugate cardboard, heavy duty cardboard, and it's it might be 1 meter tall, and it would go on all four corners of the pallet, and then it's shrunk wrap. And so what it does is it gives it protects the product from being hit in the corner. In addition, it gives the pallet itself structural integrity. So basically, and it can be cut. It's strong enough to have integrity, but you could use a razor blade to cut it a couple times and then snap it, so you could adjust the height.
Yeah.
So if something was only a half a meter tall, they could just cut it, snap it, and then shrink wrap it, and then cut them and snap them, and it would create four corners of integrity. And then you still would need somewhat of a level pallet top. Even if it wasn't perfectly flat, but the boxes that ended up being on that top layer were close to level, you would be stable.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So and that could be built up to, and then what you could do is just figure out, if your truck, I'm sorry, I'm having to convert to meters in my head. How many meters tall is a truck?
Like roughly 2.
2 meters tall?
Yeah, roughly. I mean, maybe
inside?
A little more. Yeah.
So if they create a standard practice of building all the pallets, 1 meter tall, right, or as close to it as they could, and you use those corner posts and wrap them, then you could stack 2, from the front of the truck to the back of the truck, and then you would, in theory, be able to double. You wouldn't really double the freight, but you would double the pallets.
Yeah.
Right, because maybe before the pallets were 1.5 meters, right? But you get that extra half meter by double stacking.
Yeah. And is that what they were doing at is that what you do at Costco, like double stacking currently?
Yeah. That was more common with cold goods, stuff that was refrigerated, because that's something you don't sell as much of, right? You don't sell a whole pallet of, steak, right? It's too expensive. But there would be mixed pallets of cheeses, for example. A truck might come into the Costco depot and it was, 5 pallets of cheeses where, a Costco can't sell a pallet of a high-end cheese, but each location would probably be getting, 2 or 3 cases, right? And they're building these mixed pallets like you guys, like this retailer does all the time. So they are hand stacking, and they do put corner posts on there, shrink wrap it. They do their best to kind of make it level, and then you stack. The other thing you have to consider is weight, right? So you always want to put the heavy pallets on the bottom and then lighter pallets on top. So if you've got, a mixed pallet of cereal and, popcorn, right, that can go on top. But if it's a mixed pallet of, I don't know, weights, right, that would go on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
That makes the truck more stable too, right? Because the weight's lower, and then the product won't get crushed that way.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And in terms
the other thing that go ahead.
Sorry.
I was saying the other thing you can do too is, in addition to those corner posts, because those are pretty cheap, right? It's an inexpensive cost. The other thing you can do is make a thick corrugate cardboard top that is shaped like a sandbox. Does that make sense?
Yeah, as in it kind of comes around, down the side.
Yeah, it would basically it sits on top of those corner posts, and maybe it has a 4-inch side, and then a flat top. That's a nice, decent corrugate cardboard too. that might be more expensive